Road. Noun.
Oh, yeah.
Path upon
Boys.
which travel occurs. Every trip taken, drivers and riders alike, on that ribbon of highway. Every breath and every sound passing through that endless skyway. From singers on records and stages to listeners just singing along. From Bonavista Vista to Vancouver Island. Your life is a movie, your story, and it's your soundtrack, your playlist, your mixtape.
What's up?
It's lyrics that speak to you and speak for you. It's rhythms and grooves that make you want to dance. And it's chords and melodies that make you want to cry, smile, scream, laugh, or even maybe make you want to write your own songs.
I love
My name
that,
is KARAC Hendriks, and this road
you come up
is
with that?
mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
I wrote it.
That's a
but-
good one.
Yeah.
This part.
Yeah, coming at you. Got a little KARAC Hendriks playing on this podcast. Hey, everyone. Welcome to This Road is Mine, KARAC Hendriks podcast here. I got my son, Cohen Hendricks, across the table from me, and I've also got his good friend. Can we use your real name, or are you going by an alias? All right. Yeah, this is Ethan
Full name?
Gilbert.
Yo.
Ethan David Gilbert.
Ethan David Gilbert. I'm KARAC David Hendricks. So nice to meet
Oh,
you.
wow. I
yeah.
never
That's
made
cool,
that.
yeah.
That
connection.
is true,
I
yeah.
always think it's cool to have
Yeah.
a David middle name because I always David Bowie's probably my favorite artist. So.
Nice. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
the,
that's
the
cool.
namesake for my middle name. Actually,
Ah,
my folks
cool.
were
Oh,
were
I actually didn't
fans.
know that,
Yeah,
yeah.
That's pretty dope.
And
Cool.
It was. I'm rock royalty. Well, at least in the
That's-
image of.
I guess, because
Yeah.
like Robert Plant's son,
That's
David Bowie, and then
Yeah. And meanwhile,
yeah,
meanwhile, here we are.
yeah.
So today we're going to be talking about Gorillaz' third album, Demon Days.
Yeah.
Was it second?
Second. Yes.
Second. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
they're more like their second.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. So, because on the machine here, like it had there was a third one, but was that like an EP or something perhaps?
Yeah, they have like a. I know there's one with I forget what it's called, but I know there's like this one other one that they made before Demon Days, but it's like kind of like a different
Doesn't
kind of album.
count.
Yeah, it's.
Well, I guess
if you're looking
like
straight Gorillaz.
It's
this is like their second.
Lake Come Home.
Yeah, it's like their.
Oh, it's a remix album, probably or
yeah,
something, eh? Or
it's
like,
like a,
with
it's
Nirvana,
famous.
I don't really count like Bleach
or
or
well,
Incesticide.
it's funny. You have to kind of count.
Or was it
Bleach technically?
But Incesticide, I
Incesticide
don't count.
was a B-sides in the
Yeah.
Dirties album.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I think this one.
yeah, Space Monkeys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Space Monkeys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like their whole other thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Cool.
pretty. Yeah, no, that's very cool. Okay, so the second album by Gorillaz. So fill me in. So this is yeah, you should
yeah.
Let's show the record there. Let's
let's
talk
sure,
about it here.
Got it right here, yes.
let's,
really beautiful
I'm
packaging.
sure the.
Yeah, it is nice actually. I love the
Yeah.
double LP albums. How they can like.
Oh yeah,
put that
gatefold baby. You
Oh,
know,
yeah, that's-
that's
their real
that's a
stuff.
perfect shot. Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, you can take a look at the gatefold version of Gorillaz Demon Days album. Yeah, so
But yeah, it's great.
what's the deal with Gorillaz here? So I know there's a Blur connection.
yeah.
Okay, fill me in here. What's going on?
So yeah, it's Damon album of Blur, and he's like he's lead vocals and stuff. And then you got Jamie Hewlett who does all the art, and like it's
Okay.
sort of a virtual band is what they call it. Like,
Okay.
so like it consists of 4 different characters. You got Murdoch, Tootie, Russell, Noodle, and it's like each of these different characters, and there's like a weird amount of lore too.
And
Okay.
do they represent the band members?
Oh yeah, they're like
Yeah.
the 4 band members. You got
That's
singer,
cool.
bass player, drummer, and guitarist.
So they are actually a band?
Yeah, it's like they're like a band. So if you like watch music videos and stuff, they'll be playing the instruments and
Okay.
stuff. It's cool.
Because this is a weird thing for me because like obviously I kind of knew Blur a little bit through the 90s, but when Gorillaz happened, it wasn't my jam. It might have been
It's-
just my headspace.
It's
but
funny because I'm the same way, but you and my friend Logan loves the Gorillaz.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just cool. Like for like I don't know what it is, but like their first album, Gorillaz, self-titled. It's like the most 2000s, one of the most 2000s albums you'll ever hear, honestly.
Yeah.
And I think like every track on that album's like great.
Okay.
Well, we can
it's
start
so-
with it
it's
because
neat,
we
it's
got.
Well, yeah, we'll start with we're gonna play a little bit of 5/4 here.
This is only my contribution.
Yeah.
And of course, it had to be polymetric.
Oh, yeah.
because it's in a weird time signature. Of
yeah,
course,
It's
yeah. Is
it
it
is
literally
cool.
in 5/4?
no, I'll explain in a
Okay.
sec.
Oh, there's
Okay.
that Cockney British accent thing.
Oh
going on.
yeah.
So
You
what
get
it?
that a lot.
Yeah. So it's 5/4 because it's a polymeter. So it's not technically in 5/4 because the drums are in 4. Everything's in 4 except the guitar's in 5. So it's really
Okay, so it never
and you-
lines up except every 20.
You can do the
beat,
math and
bars.
see
Yeah.
when it lines up.
Yeah.
And the only popular example is Kashmir by Led Zeppelin.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Bonham's in 4, but the melody's in 3, right?
Yeah.
Like the da-na-na, right?
Yeah, and then
So-
it kind of flips.
Yeah, so it's really it's a really
Oh,
cool
you get some
musical
fun
tool.
lyrics here.
Let's hear it.
Oh yeah. It's such a
What
weird
is it?
lyric.
She turns
She
my.
turned my dad on.
Oh,
It's so funny.
Wow, that's so
It's
modern, actually.
yeah, ahead of its
funky.
time. Ooh, that's a nice
Yeah.
snare sound.
It's funny because, and then of course when you're looking at the graphic bit of their stuff, I think of Prozac. Are you familiar with Prozac at all?
I'm not.
So, well, you should be on it. No, it's a fantastic drug.
Yeah, that's true too. yeah.
No, or not. Yeah,
Maybe
no,
not,
you
yeah.
try. No, there was a band in the '90s called Prozac, and they were an offshoot of a band called Philosopher Kings, Canadian band, great funk rock band. But yeah, a couple of those guys, or at least one of the guys, started this band called Prozac, and they had like these really like kitschy dance pop songs. But it was there. You never saw them. It was only cartoons. So the music videos were cartoons,
That's
and their covers were cartoons.
Yeah.
Very cool act. And it was actually, if I recall, it would be before Gorillaz. So kind of like
An
how
influence, maybe.
Ed the Sock
perhaps.
and
Oh,
what's his name? The other sock guy.
I think I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, like we had
That was the comedy thing, right?
yeah, the guy with the cigar or whatever.
You know what we're talking about? Ed the Sock. It's like it was
Yeah.
it was somewhat local, wasn't it? Or
Well, it was a Canadian thing, yeah.
Canadian, yeah.
Yeah. But then there was and then Triumph the Insult Comic Dog.
No, I don't.
Okay, so
I don't know.
So
what you're
basically,
talking
there's
I'm missing so much lore.
there's
yeah.
this guy, one of the famous writers for like some of the great comedies. Anyway, he does Triumph the Insult Comic Dog, so he has like a puppet, and he makes fun of people because he talks like a dog. Look at me, I'm a dog. But we had Ed the Sock before Triumph the Insult Comic Dog came out, so there was a bit of a
What was
few.
Triumph American?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
They always
exactly.
do it better, don't they?
Well, they at least do it more popular. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, and then of course, I definitely know this song.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which-
Got the
what-
omnichord in
Was
there.
this Clint
Oh
Eastwood?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this is a cool song.
Oh yeah, this whole song.
It's a
And it
cool
also has
video, too.
Del the Funky Homeless Sapien, I believe, on it. Like he does
Oh,
all
really?
the
I don't know who
rapping.
that
He's
is,
great.
but-
Oh,
He did,
okay.
he did
Yeah.
Deltron, if you know what that is.
Nope.
It's like a cool concept album. It's neat.
Oh, really?
Check it out sometime.
Cool.
Yeah, I think my sister was into these guys because I she's 11 years younger than me, so I think she kind of caught this wave a little bit more.
She's into Dragon Force too, right?
Well, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
dude, Dragon
yeah,
Force
yeah,
is great.
Through the Fire and Flames.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Dude, that's,
We're gonna try and unlock it on Guitar Hero tonight.
Oh,
yeah,
dude, for
nice.
sure.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta have goals, guys. I mean,
Yeah,
for
that's-
in life, right?
you know,
so
of
many
course.
people are acting like
Yeah.
they have real plans.
Gotta
Dude.
have something to aim for.
Well, of
You
course,
gotta
yeah.
be going for that extra
like,
level.
like, don't learn how to play it on a real guitar.
No, of
No,
course
play
no,
it.
It's
Yeah.
Guitar Hero.
Of course, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, fuck.
yeah. Absolutely. So Gorillaz, yeah. And then I see you've got another record there. So for those
Yeah.
watching on YouTube, you can take a look at what's going on here.
gorgeous packaging.
I think you showed me this when you got it. Yeah,
Yeah,
that is
Song
beautiful.
Machine, yeah.
Song Machine, yeah.
I'll probably bring it up when we start listening to the other songs, show some
Yeah.
artwork. But yeah, it's a really great album. It's the deluxe version
Okay.
of
Comes
their
as a
vinyl.
book,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. And on the inside, there's some pages, which I'll show off a little later.
Nice.
But yeah, it's great. And all the other back art.
Yeah.
Them flipping off the plane there.
So anime-esque, that would be just be
It's-
anime, right? Like that's.
It kind of, you can kind of see a bit of it, but it's
It's
kind of its
more
own
Eastern,
thing.
though,
Yeah,
yeah.
it kind of it gives off a kind of a interesting vibe. I don't even know if there's quite the great explanation for the art style. But
It's
Okay.
But also, it's like
it's cool.
It's great.
Are,
yeah.
are any of their videos, or maybe lots of them are like just straight animated?
Yeah, like
'Cause the ones that you've shown me seem to be kind of augmented reality. Like it's like a mixture of the guy with the blue hair's
Yeah, with the-
rollerblading, and
yeah,
then
and
there's
like
like
the-
Jack
yeah, yeah.
Black.
Yeah, because
Oh, yeah.
there's
Nice.
like an
That's
interesting
cool,
switch
yeah.
here. Yeah, because you got for their earlier albums, I think up till I think past Plastic Beach, which did have a live action music video with Snoop Dogg for Welcome to the Plastic Beach.
Nice,
He had
that's
that,
cool.
but then after that point, they kind of hit Humans First, which did have an animated music video. So right after Humans, they got the Now Now and Song Machine, and they had like these weird blend between live action footage and like they animated the characters over it. And that's for those two albums, but the other ones, they're just straight like animated, like
Okay, that's
Okay.
cool.
2D and everything.
Yeah.
And there's some that have some 3D elements into it too. And I know there's one that's just 3D animated as well.
And you have now. As
yeah,
well.
I have that one as well.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. How'd you get into these guys? What's going on?
Yeah,
I
'cause-
honestly, it's a long story because I remember I saw them back in like probably like forever ago, and when I saw some of their like literally was Demon Days, because I remember Dirty Harry when I was younger. I was like, oh, that music video is kind of cool. And I remember seeing that a bit, but I remember I also later on like seeing some of their newer stuff come out, like Humans and Now, and I was like, oh man, that's cool, and I like some of the songs, but it wasn't really full swing in there, and I was still kind of getting into music, sort of.
So they have a song called Dirty Harry, but they also have a song called Clint Eastwood, who's in Dirty Harry.
Oh,
Which
I
is
never
this is
even-
cool, because I think the reason behind it is because it was like the song sounded like a Clint Eastwood movie or something like that, which is why I think the next one's Dirty Harry. It's like kind of a sequel almost.
So like that spaghetti western kind of sound to it. Okay, yeah, because that's a very Sergio Leone. Like I mean that those
stuff.
It feels too like there's a bit of a like Pulp Fiction element to this stuff too. Like that.
Yeah, I can
like
kind of see that.
kind of like where
No
the visual
spoilers.
yeah
haven't
spoiler
seen it
alert.
yet.
Well, yeah, somebody dies in it. Trust me. Yeah.
Okay.
No, to be honest, I don't even know what actually happened in the movie.
Yeah.
It was just cool. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a dope movie. One
Yeah,
of
that
my favorites,
cool
actually.
picture of that scene from.
Oh
Pulp
yeah, with the
Fiction.
guns. Yeah, that's a
that's
great.
cool.
Oh man, one of my favorite movies too.
With Lawrence Fishburne and John
no,
Travolta or whatever,
It's,
or Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
John.
Yeah. How racist of me. Sorry.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like yeah.
Wow, I actually thought it was Lawrence Fishburne. I kind of forgot. Okay,
But
correct.
yeah, dope movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great stuff. But yeah, I think I can kind of see how that kind of has that same vibe, the pulpy-esque kind
Well,
of like pop.
And we
I
were
don't
talking
know.
about Beck too. Like, does Beck have anything to do with these guys at all, or is that?
Yeah, he in the new album they like did a collaborative song called Valley of the Pagans. It's really good.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
it's
Okay. Yeah.
it kind of does connect back to the older Beck
Because
style.
I know like when we were started listening to music together because with COVID and stuff.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden
Which,
like
that is sorry
Yeah,
to interrupt, but that
yeah.
is a big reason why I got into music
Yeah,
more and Gorillaz
sure.
because I was like, I have nothing to do.
So
I should listen to
after
music.
that, it's like, and then all of a sudden we start going in cars again and listening to music, and you're like really into Beck and Gorillaz. Like, when the hell did that?
Yeah,
happen?
no. I love when that stuff happens. Every time
Yeah.
I'm getting in the car, I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm listening to a new musician. Yeah, like I can even think like I started listening to Tyler the Creator, and that's like different
Yeah,
from what
that
I
was
usually into. Like I remember I started listening to Thundercat, if you know who that is.
Oh,
yeah.
Dope bass player.
yeah, I've been down
Yeah,
that
he's
road,
sick.
yeah.
Yeah, I listen to like all that stuff.
Yeah,
Been
Thundercat's
getting
awesome.
into a lot of good
Oh,
stuff.
love Thundercat. Yeah.
Yeah, he won a Grammy this
Kamasi
year.
Washington's kind of.
Yeah, I want to get.
He plays with him, but yeah.
the epic.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Thundercat.
that's- yeah.
He won a Grammy this year, right?
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
I think
yeah,
it
him
was
and Kamasi,
that.
they're kind of the golden boys of
Yeah.
you know, they're new music that Grammy voters like. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
kinda
that's,
rare. But,
that's key. Yeah.
all right, so we're coming up to the first track on the playlist from Demon. I'm calling it Demon Days.
Yeah,
That's
Demon
what it's called,
Days,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. Because I keep thinking, what was the guy from Blur? Oh, his name is
Damon.
Damon
That's- I
Albarn.
know,
So
I've seen
Damon
that.
Days, yeah.
Demon Albarn? Damon?
Damon
Oh,
Days.
so yeah, oh yeah, here's Dirty Harry. Oh, that's
Yeah.
good that the playlist actually goes from one to the next. So we built this
Yeah,
playlist.
accidentally did a good
yeah.
job.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great.
So what's going on here?
Oh, it's
Oh,
way more funky. Yeah.
Mm.
And this it's a cool music video, and also oh man, they have a choir, like a children's choir for this song. You'll hear it soon, but it's cool. Like they actually did it in their live performance. They had like this whole crowd, just like this huge choir. It was crazy. Like
cool.
it's dope. It is. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Wow.
But yeah, the
that's
bass,
cool. Yeah.
bass is good too. I think that's
Very
one
cool.
big notable thing with.
And these aren't
bass.
samples. These are like played.
I believe they have most of
Tracks?
it because
Okay.
I feel like they sample at some point, but I'm not great with samples all the time. I know better when it comes to hip hop, but I know this is all.
This
pretty
is
much
very
original.
70s funk. Like,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean
Could
like
be
Beck was like that
influenced,
too. Beck would play two tracks that were
Yeah.
they were
Sure.
just using old instruments or whatever. And did you know that Beck's dad is an
Oh yeah,
orchestrator?
Cole was telling me about him.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
when you told me that, and I looked him up, and I was amazed, and I was like, "Yo,
Yeah.
Ethan, like, did you know
Yeah,
this?"
and
And
he would tell me all about how
Yeah.
many like
it's
movies he's done.
incredible.
Well, it
so
is,
many,
yeah.
like musicians, video games,
Yeah.
soundtracks, like
And
it's
still
just-
doing stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
very
it's
busy.
pretty
just
phenomenal.
very prolific.
And yeah, he's how old is he again? Like,
I don't remember.
Probably in his 80s by now,
Is he?
maybe
Yeah.
70s. Yeah, I don't know. He might-
because yeah, like that's a long career for music.
For
Like,
sure,
that's
yeah.
pretty cool.
Because
Like,
he worked on, I think, was it Paul McCartney's newer album or something?
Yeah.
and
Oh, man.
Taylor
Yeah.
Swift,
Paul
like
McCartney.
country rock.
Yeah.
and
oh yeah,
everything.
that's cool. That just reminds me, Damon Albarn, because Paul McCartney released McCartney 3, right?
Yeah.
So
Which I
he
still
did,
haven't
like-
listened to. I
it,
should,
it was
yeah.
it was good. Like he did like a remix version of his album, Paul McCartney,
Yeah.
and he had a bunch of features on it. He had Beck, and then Damon Albarn was on
Oh,
one of
nice.
them.
that's
Okay.
cool.
And Damon
Yeah.
Albarn remixed the song, and it was pretty cool. Like
Nice.
just kind of that interesting connection, because I know a lot of people were really wanting him and Paul McCartney to collaborate.
Yeah.
Because that'd be cool. Because like, oh, we got Elton John, he can get Paul
Yeah.
McCartney. So
Sure.
everybody's like,
Yeah.
maybe he'll be on season 2.
Yeah.
of the Song Machine.
Well, that's
Cool,
because there is a season 2 coming of that.
Yeah, it's like 100% confirmed.
I love how they're calling it season 2.
Yeah,
That's so really.
because the first one, it's technically Strange Times is what the album's called,
Yeah.
but they're like, oh, we're going with the seasonal idea,
cool,
which is a neat way to make music. It's pretty different.
Oh yeah,
From what
that's
I've
another aspect that's like television, which I think is probably more
Yeah.
marketable than music.
Because they're making a Netflix movie now, like apparently.
For Gorillaz?
Yeah, they're
Is it,
making
like,
a
fiction
Netflix.
or, like,
Interesting.
documentary?
I think they already had a documentary called.
Okay.
I forget what it's called. Becoming Human or something like that.
Okay.
Which I heard was alright, but yeah, I know they're making like an actual like narrative.
Wow.
That's cool.
Because
yeah,
like that's
that would
one
be
big
good.
thing is they do have a narrative, which, trust me, I knew the lore, but I swear to God, it's
Yeah.
so weird that I forget it so many times. But
like a
feel like
narrative
there's-
through all their albums? Or...
there's like a
wow.
background
Like a
because they're like they all have
connected
like history, like like the one guy has like he has black eyes.
Okay.
Yeah,
The lead
that's
singer,
cool.
and he like
Looks
it's because he
good.
got knocked out because he's working at a piano shop, and like a car drove through by the bass player Murdoch. He drove through, smashes into him, knocks him out, and makes one of his eyes get an 8-ball fracture. And then
Right.
he's supposed to watch over him, so he does like donuts with him in the car, knocked out, and he shoots out and hits his other eye, wakes up from the
That's
coma, and he
crazy,
has
yeah.
2 black eyes. And then
So-
his eyes turned white, and I don't know why. It
Is
just
there
kind of happened.
is there like a connected story between like is there a consistent story that follows through the albums or is it
I'd
kinda-
say semi-consistent because sometimes no, but sometimes there's like a little connections. Like one
Yeah,
album will
right.
end on a place that leads to the next one. But I think with Song Machine it was kind of just here's music more. It was less
Yeah.
about the story, I think, but it was still cool music.
yeah.
Nice. Right on.
It's like, oh yeah, this is most popular song they've ever released.
Okay.
Which one is this?
Feel Good Inc.
Oh.
Okay. I've probably heard it then, yeah.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
one's
this
it's
is
huge.
Logan loves this one. The bass.
It's good. It's the
Oh,
bass
yeah,
is-
yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a cool
So
bass
much of
line.
this stuff, like, I've heard, like, on local radio, like Sonic 102.9 will play a lot of, like,
Yeah.
kind of hipster stuff. It's great stuff.
Yeah, yeah, it's
It's
dope.
totally
Yeah.
hipster stuff, though, yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's funky, though. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
I get it
it's-
now, yeah.
They're neat. Yeah.
I don't know why. Like, I feel like a lot of my early adulthood was just I was kind of in a trance and of doing like country and like just working and stuff. But so I missed a lot of like kind of the popular stuff. I feel like at times, and plus I just historically I do tend to like I'm always about 3 years late to anything. It seems like so.
Oh really?
I kind of
Yeah,
get that.
I'm pretty bad for that. Yeah.
Like the first time I listened to Kanye West was like I don't know, like
Oh,
2 years
yeah.
ago.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
I was like,
yeah.
whoa, this guy's kind of cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
Kim's
right.
husband? Yeah, Kim.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that guy.
Kim's
Yeah.
husband, it's funny.
Oh boy.
Oh, not anymore now.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
that's
Yeah,
true.
he's got new
Kim-
babe,
yeah,
hey,
like,
yeah.
Does he?
a
Yeah.
supermodel or
Apparently, he's
something.
had her for a while.
Who is
Which is crazy.
I don't know, just some broad that's into
Ooh.
crazy dudes that don't take their meds. I guess, yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
yeah, it is a thing.
So I don't know. So on the last episode, we did College Dropout, and I had 2 separate comments referring to Kanye as the Andy Warhol of our time.
Really?
Yeah, but so there has to be something to this because
Were they
that's too direct.
or-
No, that's like he's a genius. Like Life of Pablo
Okay.
is like one of this guy I know, keyboard player from
Okay,
Winnipeg.
yeah.
Like just loves Kanye and loves Life of Pablo and but he was like the second guy to reference Warhol. I'm like interesting,
Really?
but I'm wondering if like that to me that sounds like something.
Oh.
I'm the new Andy Warhol. Like I could hear Kanye calling himself that.
Also there, but speculation of Kanye West's sexuality or
Oh, yeah.
maybe maybe
he's
that
probably
has something to do
bisexual
with
or
it.
homo, yeah, whatever.
Which doesn't really matter, but it's there. But Andy Warhol,
Yeah, definitely, yeah. There's
I have his
plus
uh,
Warhol was he used to rip everyone off and take credit for it. So
Oh, really?
maybe Kanye does that too. I don't know. You tell me.
Who knows? But yeah,
Hey.
I don't know. I think the most because I actually really wasn't like I like Kanye because I like my favorite album by him is Graduation, which is obviously
Yeah.
like that's not everyone's favorite album, but like it's
yeah.
I still have yet to really get into Kanye because I don't know. I've always kind of felt like because when I was getting into Kanye was when he was releasing his newer stuff, and I was like, oh, Jesus is King. I was like, yeah, this is not that great.
Yeah.
And I was like, I kind of liked Yeah, it was okay.
Like
Yeah.
I started when
Nice
we were
rhymes.
in 9th grade, so 3 years ago, and then I stopped actually at Life of Pablo. I think we determined, or it was
Yeah.
after I listened to MBDTF. I'll call it that. 'cause
I Life
Yeah.
of Pablo is the one song that's like really popular, right?
I think so.
I forget what it's
Probably.
called.
Awesome.
yeah.
So I'm going to throw something in here that seems completely unrelated, but it actually is very related. You guys know Sturgill Simpson by any chance? Yeah. Well, started in country,
Okay,
sure.
then that's all I
He's
know,
he's one of the coolest troubadours of my time, like
Mm-hmm.
right now. So he's yeah, he started in country. He did a couple like kind of like throwback country records. Very like just an awesome songwriter. But he got like as soon as he kind of got popular, he kind of just went screw this. He kind of did the Neil Young thing. So he did an album called A Sailor's Guide to Earth. Yeah, I had to think about that. Right when his kid was born. So the song has a narrative. It's kind of like a life cycle, and it was like when he was so moved by having his first child that he wrote this album and recorded it, and it actually has a cover of I'm just gonna pull it up here just so I don't get it wrong. It has a cover of In Bloom, like right in the middle of the album.
Huh.
Yeah, so it's a 40-minute record. It's really classic. Like there's horns in it. It's amazing. So he's one of these guys. But the reason I bring it up is his next album came out 3 years later. So it was in 2019. It's called Sound and Fury. And it had when it came out, it had an accompanying movie on Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
like a fiction
So
story.
Every song like there was like a cartoon kind of
cool.
movie. So in a way, kind of very similar to Gorillaz, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Also, a quick note on the song playing right now. This November has come. Late great MF Doom getting the feature. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, he's great too. Yeah. Yeah. Neat. I always think that's the coolest thing about Gorillaz. I think they can actually. It's one of those occasions where it's like I think these guys can kind of work with most of everyone.
Yeah,
and
it's
kind of
cool
make
that
something
they
funky out of
collaborate
it.
with hip hop artists, and it's.
So I think
it's done
I
well.
do think they mesh incredibly well with hip hop, but they do really well with also that like angelic kind of style as well. Which I have a couple songs I think right after this one. They're like back-to-back connectors because it's outro of the album.
Yeah.
But yeah, when we get to that, yeah, it's more of a angelic song. It's different from the other ones, I guess.
Okay.
You know, it's the kind of the alternative kind of style music.
yes,
You know, a
of
little
course.
different from like
Yeah.
what other people
Yeah.
listen to.
Yeah.
So and then lyrically, so they're in their lyrics they're talking about like there's a thread of the 4 characters and they sing about or rap about the 4 characters or whatever.
Not totally. Like, mostly the songs are usually like for like my best example of like concept I can think fresh off my mind because I listened to Plastic Beach last is, it's really more just singing about like the message because that one's more about like pollution and how the world is like.
Oh, okay.
Plastic.
Yeah, like you know, kind of like
Yeah.
falling down in that hole, and like as the album goes along, it kind of has that effect where it slowly feels more polluted almost, which is really interesting. And it's like they follow those like they usually flow with a message
Yeah.
for
Okay.
the most part, which is interesting.
Yeah,
That's
totally.
the best music.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's very deep. I'm ashamed, but I shouldn't be. Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah.
What never
'Cause
the reason I never got into Gorillaz was just Damon Albarn's voice.
You know,
But
Yeah.
it's not awful though. Is the thing. It's not like Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah,
he's just
I
a different kind
cannot
of vocalizer.
listen to,
Yeah.
um,
Because I can see why. Because he's definitely a different singer.
Yeah, and it's not awful though. Is
Yeah.
it's
That's
just
unique,
it doesn't
yeah.
grab me. Whereas someone like Billy Corgan or even Dave Matthews is
Yeah.
almost repulsive.
It's sad, isn't it? Like
Because
great
their
songs, great-
music
yeah.
and their lyrics are so.
Well, they sing from their head, right? Those guys. It's
Yeah.
all head voice. It's all nasally, and
Yeah.
it's unfortunate.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here's that angelic style. But yeah, one more thing to add. I think their first album was like coming out on like this whole thing where he was really frustrated how music was going, and he's like, "Man, I'm super sick of like this pop music, you know." And he's like, "I want to make something funky," and like his whole like thing was like reject like the modern kind of thing, and it was like propaganda. Had a bunch of slogans. Like
Cool.
there's a
Clever.
bunch of new ones. Yeah.
No, Damon's had some solo stuff too, right? Like,
Yeah. I think recently he did something.
yeah,
or he's working on
and
something.
Blur's had some reunions, I think,
Have
too.
they?
So yeah.
Yeah, I know they made like a new one. Not
Yeah.
super soon, but
Did
yeah.
Blur
yeah.
survive without Damon or?
I don't know. I don't think they did anything. I think they just went on hiatus, kind of thing. Because who's the other guy in Blur? Do you remember the name? There's a
Not really.
yeah. I think there's like another guy, and they
yeah,
kind of have a tug of war.
I
of
remember the
power,
guys
so-
because I know there's like 3 of them. I think.
Yeah, 3 or 4. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I'm trying to pull up some good slogans here that
It's
they
so
usually
funny
have.
because like
some of their new ones.
that whole Brit pop thing, like I just wasn't quite old enough to get it. When
Yeah.
like it kind of course Oasis happened. That was a big thing
Yeah.
over here. Yeah,
Oh, I had a
my
funny
friend Sean and I
thing
loved
to tell
Oasis.
you about Oasis. There's while you're looking, or do you have?
I'm trying to get some. I found one. There's like No More Unicorns Anymore. That was like the now, and that
Oh, okay.
also they had Algorithm is a dancer. Big Brother's watching you tube, and it's kind of a joke.
Watching YouTube. That's funny.
That
Is that
Save
what it
Us,
is?
yeah, and there's a
That's
Save
clever.
Us from Him, which I'm pretty sure is like almost a reference to the Powerpuff Girls for some reason, because
Really?
there's a weird thing with the now is it's like they got like the rights to use this character. He's a villain from the Powerpuff Girls. His name's Ace. And the one bass player left, and they like put him in the band for like one album for like no reason. And it's like, okay.
Oh wow.
But yeah, it's funky.
That's
They
trippy,
just
yeah.
do weird stuff like that, which I think that's kind of one of the big fun things with them is they'll be like throwing
it
things
seems
into
very
it.
fun,
sure.
but
Yeah.
there's still a
There's
point
definitely a lot of
to
like deepness to it.
Yeah,
because like
yeah.
I know this next one, Demon Days, like the song.
Yeah.
It kind of does cut deep in some of the things with some of their lyrics. Like oh man, if I can pick up some of the lyrics here. But yeah, I know. Let me get them up.
That's pretty heavy. Yeah, I can hear it now. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like oh yeah, if you want to read some of those, because yeah, it's like it's definitely like you can see what they're kind of singing about, and it's like a lot sadder than you really initially think when you hear the song. It's kind of like, oh man, I'm kind of vibing, but then you like read the lyrics and you're like, oh man, I'm kind of bummed out now. Because it does kind of get it weirdly upbeat at some point in like a weird way.
The choir stuff is really cool too,
yeah.
which like Kamasi does a lot of that too with big choirs
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. Yeah. They're probably all buddies too. Like that's what I felt too. Like I know like that whole LA scene. Like there's a whole series of people that have been like if they were born in LA or like born in California, that second gen of people, because it was a place where people moved to primarily, right? You know, you've read Steinbeck, right? Come on, Grapes of Wrath. Okay, maybe not. All right, but it's about the Great Migration West. You know, like
I have that on my list.
it's also where the heading out west, California way. I heard they got internet out there. Remember on South Park?
I don't remember that.
Okay.
Oh wait, yeah,
Where
I
they
think I know
went-
what you're talking about.
Yeah, the
one
internet
where
went out
he's
and
hunting.
They
Yeah,
had to
yeah.
go out west, out California way, looking for internet.
That's a good one.
But yeah, so with some of the kids, like obviously like Back Hansen second generation, and I think like I want to say like maybe Kawasi is the second gen California. I'm probably wrong there, but they all seem to grow up together, right? So then they know each other, and then they start to work together.
Well-
Like Dawes too, the guys from Dawes, like
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And in California too, what's the guy's name from House of Pain?
Everlast.
Yeah. And he was around like NWA at the same school.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that.
it's
I mind that's not
crazy,
a
eh?
generational
Yeah.
thing, but that is like a local, just geographically.
Well, yeah,
close, and it's,
Like
Sorry.
Lowell George went to Hollywood High. Like I still
Yeah,
have a hard
that's
time.
cool.
Like we walked like right by it. We went to that.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, it kind of
Yeah, it's
brings.
groovy,
This is
yeah.
kind of that weird upbeat part, even though the lyrics really aren't that much upbeat. But it's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, sounds
Yeah, I
nice.
like
Yeah.
these.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are cool.
Oh yeah, it's like
I like that when lies become reality, you love yourself because it's easy.
like stuff like that. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
kind of brings this weird like I don't know, it just kind of has this vibe to it, and it's like I don't know, it kind of makes you think.
heavy,
It's one of
yeah.
those songs.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Yeah, no, it's quite the stuff. So, yeah, you definitely seem to have a thread of stuff that you're into. Like, how many records do you have now?
Oh my! I took a picture, so I actually
Yeah.
can count how
Oh,
many I
nice.
have, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
taking a look at them.
Here we go.
Because as pompous as it is to have vinyl, it is still pretty fun and
It
really
is.
awesome. And
Yeah, and
To
they're
look
great to
at.
play, which is a
Yeah.
tragedy because my needle on my vinyl player has been
Oh,
broken.
yeah.
Oh.
So I can't listen to anything. I listen to like the first 10 seconds and it starts skipping. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm done.
yeah, get
Yeah.
a new stylus because you don't want to wreck. You can wreck your vinyl if your needles have to, right? So
Yeah, because I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, like 10 records. Not that much.
That's
but
all right. Hey,
there's some
because
fun
they're not
stuff in
cheap anymore either.
Oh, no, like,
yeah,
very-
if they ever
Pretty
were.
pricey.
They're like
I'd
$40
say-
now.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
crazy.
It's usually the ones I'm looking at are like 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I canceled my Vinyl Me Please there a
Oh,
while
really?
back. Like, it's been a while now, but it was fun. But actually, I still have their email list, and there hasn't really been anything I feel like wanted like bad anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be vinyl's fun. But yeah, then the trick too is like sadly, like even in your case, like you get that little vinyl player, like
Yeah.
that's not the best way to
No,
listen to
but
vinyl,
it's fun,
but
though.
it's fun. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's tactile. The artwork is amazing.
I love that.
yeah, that's one of the best parts of the vinyl
Yeah.
too.
Looking at it while
It's
you're
like
listening.
even just hanging them up or just
Yeah,
like obviously
yeah.
you'd hang them where you get them out, but like still like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
being able to look at them is like seeing the album cover. It's like it's dope.
For sure. Yeah.
Reading, mind you, CDs are better for the liner notes. But
Well,
I find anyway.
Yeah, it's a nice size.
least,
Yeah, a little easier to read.
And I feel like there's more information too. Oh,
Probably.
That just reminded me. So we were at London Drugs and he got The Weeknd.
Oh yeah.
It actually really
on
cool.
CD?
Though.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's
The
weirdest,
weirdest CD ever.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my God.
and I was like, okay,
Like the new one with all
yeah,
the
After
the
Hours,
80s
yeah.
ones, yeah, After Hours, yeah, and it was like, it's fun to listen to because it's just ambient. Like it's nice to just.
Yeah.
There was some cool like, the ones that weren't popular were good.
Oh, I'm
is
sure.
what I
Yeah.
found.
Yeah. See, this isn't, and he's another one of those examples, or Drake or whatever. Like, I feel like in 20 years, like your kid's gonna be telling me that I should be listening to it or something. Like, I don't know. Like, all I hear, I'm such a fuddy duddy already, right? Like, when I heard the what's his name, the Weeknd song, all I
Yeah.
heard was the Rod Stewart song that he ripped
Yeah.
off. So like. And
Yeah.
even though clearly there was not an official ripoff, it was like in
Yeah.
the same key, same tempo, or
Yeah.
like same keyboard sound. And I was like, can't you come up with anything new? But I guess again, that's the cycle of music. I gotta
Yeah,
let some
it's
of
gonna
that shit
happen
go.
at
Yeah.
some
Because
point.
like that's kind of his whole album sounds like that new one. It sounds like one song playing throughout the whole thing almost,
Yeah.
which is weird. But it does sound nice. I can give it. It's one of the better modern day.
The
albums, I
reason I
guess,
bring it
pop
up though
albums.
is no liner notes. Not as
Oh,
he
they were
didn't
the best.
even list the songs.
Yeah, like
What an
they didn't
asshole.
even say the album's name on the side
The
or the
album name
front.
wasn't there.
Oh my god,
Just like the picture of him and the fucking liner notes were pictures of him.
I'd take it
Yeah,
back.
and there was the
Yeah.
only way you can know what songs are is if you put the CD into your like actual vehicle and look at
Yeah.
what
The
they're
CD
called.
text comes up.
Because
Yeah.
you can say, "Oh, that's kind of creative,"
Yeah.
but I don't know if
No,
he was
that's
thinking
just
about
rude.
that.
Like I
Yeah.
that's kind of part of the reason I get it.
dickhead,
Like,
yeah.
I
It's
wanna-
like,
I wanna know
what are
Yeah.
the lyrics saying? Oh,
Yeah.
what songs are on this? How many are there? How long is it? Oh,
Yeah.
nothing. Oh, the
Yeah.
album's called
Yeah.
After Hours on the disc.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The disc art was pretty cool.
Well, and,
Yeah, it
and I
does
mean,
look
cool
and,
looking,
and
possibly.
he may have just lost a fan, right? Like if you had
That's
clearly
true, yeah.
you guys were looking for liner notes and they weren't there, and I was f you then if you're not into this. Then,
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like the point of the purchase, but it was definitely like
It's always a
kind of a
win.
bummer.
yeah, for sure.
Well,
Well,
because I was curious to see like, oh, who produced this? Because the production value, I find,
yeah.
especially on a lot of things, is like that's what draws me to it, and probably
Yeah,
what
I
draws a
think
lot
that's
of
why
people
the
to
Weeknd,
it, and they
the
don't
new
even
album
know
was so
it.
good.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
was the
And
production.
his name's not even there. Like,
well, he's got like a whole bunch of like a team of guys from Toronto. Like Toronto's the
Yeah.
most multicultural city in the world, right? So it's still drawing in first generation people from all over, and then the music scene still reflects that. It has since the 70s, as far as I know. Like
Yeah.
the reggae ska stuff, like the yeah, absolutely. And it's still happening. So yeah, credit to Drake and the Weeknd or whatever for what was that? Did you guys hear that? Like apparently, like for the Junos, like the Weeknd didn't appear at all, even though he won like every freaking award.
Really?
And like Drake didn't show up or send a video.
Really?
Of course, and Bieber didn't, and Shawn Mendes
Really?
didn't. Like everyone just
Why?
like boycotted, and it was the 50th anniversary. Like
Why?
I don't know. That nobody knows. It was that they're like everyone's just trying to speculate what was.
there was a good reason then.
I don't think there was. There's no reason.
Probably not.
Any,
They
any
Might all
idiot
just
could
not
shoot it.
wanted to go.
Well, and plus it wasn't technically Go, right? It was still kind of online, right? So
guess,
you could
yeah.
film a 20-second video. Hey, thanks everyone for the award. Like
Yeah.
that was pretty ignorant.
Actually, yeah, I've kind of noticed something about award ceremonies. I think most people are kind of starting to lose interest in them a lot.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because like even like something like the Oscars, it's like, well, it's a great achievement, but almost you start to
Yeah.
recognize, what do I gain from watching this
Yeah.
guy win this award?
Even as a
Nothing.
viewer, I don't really
Because
understand.
it's like I feel
Yeah.
like, oh, that's sick. I love this director.
Yeah,
he won
unless-
this award.
yeah,
oh, I
unless
think
you're watching
it's
as a
Song
fan.
Machine now. That's right.
Yeah, let's see what's going on here.
Oh yeah, this is Song Machine. But yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't know, the awards kind of like do their things now and kind of fiddle out most people who enjoy it. But anyways, yeah, I thought I'd bring out.
Oh,
this
Pac-Man,
quickly.
right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just to
Yeah,
show
this
off
is a
that
cool
picture.
one. I like the lyrics, like Schoolboy Q is a good verse in
Yeah.
this.
Oh yeah, just right to the end. It's great. Yeah, here we go.
That's cool. So like each song has its own art.
Yeah, it's pretty dope like that.
wow.
So that's like it literally is.
Yeah.
Bandai and Namco, I think actually, obviously they
Did
were
they
involved.
authorize
I mean, yeah, probably.
Yeah, they would have been
Like,
sued.
But yeah, it's a pretty cool design there. I remember because I was like, holy crap, this single, because it was a single at the time. I was like, wow, this kicks
Yeah.
ass. I bought the poster that they had of it because they had like a weird limited signing ones, and
Yeah.
I got that
Oh,
on my
yeah.
wall. It's a really nice
Cool.
picture. Yeah.
Who signed it?
It wasn't really signed, but it's like it says like I don't know, however many out of 1,000.
Oh,
they made
yeah.
1,000, so it's like
Limited
really
run,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
It does seem like overall, like Gorillaz were definitely ahead of the game on this sort of visual element. And this was before YouTube too. Like all.
Yeah.
So music videos would have been really the only.
Because like even just like checking out some of those ones, it's like some of them take you back, and some of them you see the modern kind of style. Like it's cool to look at how they like changed, because like their art style was so different from like this album to that album. You can even look at the front and just look on the inside of that, and they're like everything looks different, but it's like similar.
Yeah.
It's cool, like evolution.
Well, and the visual element of music, it's easy to just talk about, oh, it's all about the music, but there's always been a visual element to the music, or at least since in popular music, right?
Yeah.
So
I was just reading about that actually.
well, yeah, like ever since when Elvis was on broadcast on TV, shaking his hips and made all the girls freak out, right? Like that was like in the 55, right, or 57 or whatever it was. So yeah, that was a big deal at the time. And then of course music videos were a thing sort of through the 60s and 70s.
It adds a whole other component.
Yeah,
and I think
for sure.
it also is almost the inverse of how the music affects movies too.
Oh, definitely.
It's
Yeah.
like the
I think-
inverse of that.
Yeah, because I think movies don't totally like. Actually, I guess you can't totally argue that movies don't work without music, because there's some that don't have music, and it's the same.
Well,
with,
I
it's
feel like for those movies,
they
that's
definitely
almost the
highlight
point,
it though.
though.
Yeah, because I know there's like No Country for Old Men doesn't have a soundtrack really,
That's
but
true, yeah.
still like you got movies with music, and almost always look at Star Wars. That movie would not nearly be as
of course.
iconic without
Yeah.
John Williams going off.
It's
Like,
kind of a shitty movie. It really was. As much as I love it, like, but yeah, without this, like, you needed that music, and it's a western in space, right? So
yeah, because it elevates screens in the same way that music videos sometimes watching what's happening is
Yeah.
like, oh, this is fun.
So what order of your favorites do the Star Wars movies go?
Oh my god, I'm
This
about to
is-
get
this
some
is fun.
nerds
Getting into
mad.
some Star
Oh
Wars
yeah, we
now.
may as well. We got another song
I'm
left.
gonna need to think.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'll give you mine if you want.
Yeah, sure, you go.
Okay,
You
I don't.
remember
I'm
mine?
not familiar with. I feel like you're gonna be quirky in prequels, or you hate them.
No, I love the prequels.
Okay, I knew it. Yeah, I thought you might.
Yeah.
like
So
that,
you're
yeah.
different
So,
from the rest of them.
Yeah.
The
Actually,
alternative.
let's be honest. Prequels are nowadays is more mainstream to enjoy them.
Well, and
Probably,
and they're
yeah.
better.
It's like now
probably.
everybody hates the new ones and everybody
'Cause
loves the prequels
now
now. And
it's-
trust me, they'll make
yeah.
more, and
I don't
everybody will
love
love the new
all
ones.
of the prequels though. Like, so my order is 4, 5, 1,
Okay. It seems nothing.
6, 3, 2. If I had to take out of the 6,
Yeah.
2 I thought was way too long. It was just they stretched it too
Least
long.
favorite one they've ever made.
Yeah,
Gotta
good.
be honest.
Number
It sucks.
two.
I thought when number 7 was like when it happened, like
That
when
was
we
cool.
saw it,
I still-
I,
Love it or
I
hate
cried.
it.
Like,
Funnest
it
movie
was,
experience. One of the funnest I've
Really?
ever had.
Yeah.
It's
That
up
was
there
cool.
with Endgame, because it's like I don't even love Endgame. I think it's like a 7 out of 10 movie, but it was
just,
one of the
watched
funnest
it,
things
yeah.
I've ever seen in the
That's
theater.
okay.
Still.
Yeah, you gotta have
Yeah.
that stuff. Yeah, but do you like the Star Wars franchise and all that? Is that
Oh man, I do still love Star Wars. Like even though it's like you can kind of tell they're like sucking the essence out of it
Yeah.
now, and it's like I still have fun with it.
Mickey Mouse
has
his fingers in it. Yeah.
It's really interesting though to see the people on the sides of enjoying it and
Hating it.
hating it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's insane.
Well, because a lot of people I think are against, or maybe not even against, but just don't want to be regurgitated things.
Yeah.
And there was actually an interesting point that I was going to bring up about. So you like Demon Slayer?
Yeah, Demon Slayer, like the show.
Yeah, like we're going. This is anime.
Oh, yeah.
I
That's
haven't
fine,
seen.
yeah.
Oh,
all
but
the- no,
didn't you watch the movie?
no, I haven't seen.
Oh
those.
fuck, that's Ty then.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you watched it for
No,
some.
sorry,
or was that
man.
Daniel watched it? Okay.
That must be Daniel. Yeah.
I know.
Okay,
Another
well,
friend,
either
yeah.
way, you know of it. Obviously.
Yeah, I know Demon Slayer.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to watching it. And that, like, it was some startling thing that manga in North America is outselling every comic book. right
Really
now.
interesting.
And
Okay.
another interesting fact too, highest grossing R-rated animated film of all time in the United States and across North America, greater than Sausage
Demon
Party,
Slayer?
which was the highest grossing.
You know, I
Demon
Slayer?
I,
Yeah, greater
I
than
never
that.
did finish watching Sausage Party. I really should have.
See,
but-
and that's
Such a
the
dumb
cool
movie.
thing is that like we just do seem to be attracted to things that aren't regurgitated, like
oh,
yeah,
absolutely,
like
yeah.
in Eastern
Yeah,
culture.
that's a
making its
cool
way
thing
over
too.
here.
Even with like animated. Oh,
Yeah,
like
like
even
people-
just seeing some of that.
it's
Like
so
there's
cool.
Cowboy Bebop, which has become.
That's
It's
Oh,
almost
yeah.
infused in hip hop
Yeah.
now because you got Logic.
Yeah.
There's like a few other people. You always see them
Yeah.
mention it sometimes, and it's such a cool thing to sample.
well,
Yeah.
the
You got like
jazz.
and the jazz.
You
it's-
have the soundtrack,
Yeah,
right?
I'm ordering it still. It's
You're
coming.
ordering
But yeah,
it?
it's
Okay.
I have to say favorite jazz soundtrack of all time. One of my favorites. Just that whole show is like a masterpiece to me. And like
Cool.
you got the visual, you got like I'm more of the dub guy with that show. I'm usually for subs if people know what I'm talking about. But yeah,
Subs and dubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I prefer
debatable.
a sub. Yeah,
I 100%
Yeah.
agree, but
Yeah.
with this show, it's one of the rare occasions where it's like, wow, this is way
The
more
English
iconic and more
voice
fun.
actors,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's fun. It's like Dragon Ball or whatever. How everybody just loves that
yeah.
more.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a fun.
But I
podcast.
should
yeah.
rank my Star
Yeah,
Wars
rank
now.
Yeah. Please rank your Star Wars. Yeah.
Well, can I have pen and paper this? I gotta think it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I gotta have a brain moment.
I'm gonna give you a pen on.
I feel like I wonder if that guy's gonna comment again.
Oh, I hope so.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm up for anyone, and then if they want to like jump on and we can do like
That'd be cool, actually.
Zoom them in or whatever.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, because you can hold up your order too, your ranking to the camera.
Oh yeah, I gotta
Well, that'd be
think.
fun to do it on the chalkboard.
Oh, it's so tough sometimes because it's like
It is, and I think for some reason I was a little too soft on the prequels. I think because I really liked it, like because it was like, oh, finally, cool, it's back, or whatever. But I'm not so invested in the stories that like I had to keep up. Like I know Clone Wars kind of spun off of between 2 and 3, right? Like,
the cartoons
Yeah.
actually kept up with this.
yeah, and apparently it's
which
great.
is
Like
cool.
I didn't even bother. Like
Yeah, that's pretty.
I
heavy,
can't watch cartoons. Although, did you see the trailer for the new He-Man?
oh yeah, so that looks
Oh,
nuts.
yeah.
That is dope.
looks
Yeah.
cool.
Okay, actually, you know
Good
what? That's
ranking,
not
yeah,
showing
I'll
up
read
in the
it
camera,
out.
so
Okay,
yeah,
I'll just read it. Yeah, I'll go lowest.
Oh, did you
to
do all
highest.
9 too?
Yeah, I did
Oh,
all 9
okay,
because I was
okay,
like,
yeah.
I kind of had. So let me give you some backstory. In high school, argued with friends every day about Star Wars because
As
know.
you
Okay.
do.
Yeah, as
one would.
As
yeah.
you're getting pushed in a locker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We argued so much over it because it's like such a debatable thing for some reason. There's no other franchise in the world that is as argued as Star Wars.
For
like
sure.
it's insane. But yeah,
Yeah.
least favorite's the second one. I think the
Yeah,
second one.
I'm glad to hear you say that.
It's
All right.
it's
So
like
you guys agree on that?
Yeah,
has-
that's
it's-
amazing. That's good.
yeah, it has some really terrible acting in it
yeah,
too. Like,
it was. I didn't actually take into account 789 because I need to watch them one more time. I loved 7 when I watched it, but I kind of view the first 6 as my. So yeah, okay.
that's fair.
So number 2,
yeah,
okay, yeah.
And then the 9th one, I did not like the 9th one
Okay,
that much
yeah.
at all. Like
Yeah, it was kind of lame.
I think the problem with it is it just felt like the last one built up to something really kind of interesting, and then
Yeah.
they kind of just did the. I know I hate saying like they did the same thing over again, but they kind of did. And it was
Yeah.
And I didn't watch it as a fan either. I
Yeah.
just watched it as a movie.
Yeah,
so
imagine
I was
if-
like,
imagine
that's,
if you-
that's
Yeah.
a fine movie.
You're like,
you
eh.
know?
That's almost
Yeah,
people
I-
listen to music.
'cause
and
I
I don't get
Exactly.
it, but
It's
yeah.
weird because so many people hate J.J. Abrams. I think he's a great producer.
Of course he
Oh,
like I
I
think
bet, yeah.
he's
Legend,
a
yeah.
cool guy. But yeah, 9. I didn't dig
Okay,
it.
good-
Then after
good to
that,
know. Okay.
the first one wasn't a fan of the first one.
Interesting.
But I
Okay,
like pod
okay.
racing. I like the
Okay.
pod racing.
Yeah.
Well, we
and-
played that game all the
Yeah,
time.
that was the
Racers
best.
Revenge.
Darth
Actually, you
Maul.
know what? I would revise one. I think I'm with you. I think 2 then 1. Although I have a hard time thinking of them separately because they were only 2 years apart. Kind of like Godfather 1 and 2 in a way.
Yeah.
Although 2 is technically better than 1, right? But yeah, okay, yeah, I could go with that.
and then
All
like,
right.
then I'm in the top 6 here. 7. I really like 7, but I still don't think it's better than like the other ones. But
Yeah.
7's really fun. I think it's a
Yeah.
really cool movie. J.J.
Okay.
Abrams as well. I think
Yeah.
he's really good at capturing the spectacle and like lens flares and stuff. Oh, he's the bomb.
And when 7 came out, you accidentally spoiled it for me. I'll
Yeah,
never forget
I'm
that.
spoiling it for everyone now too.
Yeah, right.
But I remember
that was-
saying that.
Yeah,
Oh.
of all
Nice.
the EC that's in my brain still. Is that you said
The only thing I wanted you to forget, bro.
You said oh fuck! What you said?
How could you do that to
How
your
could you do
son?
that to your? How could you do that to your son? And then you said,
No,
was
to
it
your father. Yeah, your
And you
father.
said, oh, and Han Solo makes a comeback.
So, like,
Like
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
that
really
stupid.
funny,
Like,
I
come
was
on.
like, crap. Oh yeah. Anyways, so
Yeah, we're not even talking about the offshoots, are we? Or did you rank the offshoots?
Oh, I was.
I don't-
Gonna,
yeah, 'cause I
like-
didn't even bother.
Rogue One was. I think Han Solo. I didn't
Yeah.
like it first, but then I think it's fun. I think it's a fun
yeah,
one
they were
off.
fun, but yeah.
But then after that, the top 5. Number 6. I think number 6, just because of the Ewoks and like that bit of the side plot. I think
Yeah.
Han Solo was kind of like a bit of thrown to the side, and I love Han Solo, so it was like, him not really getting as much of the spotlight as the other 2 characters. The
Yeah.
main trio is like, what
Yeah.
are you doing?
I
you know?
thought 6 was terrible, personally. I
think it was
just,
underwhelming, but-
I found it was I just found it really stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
it ends fun though. I think. the ending's
but
great.
yeah, I guess for what it was. But and it was actually probably one of the first movies I saw in a theater. Like, because I was like 5 when it came out, or 6 or whatever. 4 even. But yeah, whatever. Anyway, yeah. So I do kind of remember that being a thing, but yeah.
Yeah. it was like, I don't know, it's just one of those ones where it's like, yeah, I'll watch it. I still think it's a fun ending to the series because I still love the opening with Jabba and stuff, but there's just parts that just don't hold up as well.
I just found like, and they were in the bar and stuff. I'm like, really? Like we're in
That-
a bar.
Who
Like,
shot first? Was that one? Who shot?
No,
first?
that's the fourth one where
Oh,
it's
okay,
like
because I think that was in the bar.
yeah.
yeah, because there's
Yeah,
so many
that's-
bar scenes in
Did they-
Star Wars.
that's
has that-
true.
has that been
Well, because
solved?
it's a western, right? It's-
Well,
yeah.
it was Han Solo shot first in the original film. Like
Okay.
he shoots Greedo, and then
Yeah.
and they re-released it. They made Greedo shoot first, then he shoots, and
Yeah.
then the
Yeah.
new one on Disney Plus, Greedo's like McClunky for some reason now, and then they shoot at the same time.
Yeah.
Because for
Wow.
some reason
Yeah.
that's a thing they got to do, and they can't just.
Yeah.
Because I think that's a huge problem with Star Wars too. Is the old original versions of the movies, which I know I heard
Yeah.
are so much better than the ones they have
yeah.
out now with their extra digital stuff. And
They were, I have them on VHS. Well, I think my sister has them all on VHS. Like,
Well,
I might have my copies.
when we watched at Daniel's house and you guys were telling me about the practical effects of the movies, like didn't you get like actual persons with dwarfism for the Ewoks?
yeah,
yeah.
all that
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
And
like
like
that.
an
so.
elephant.
And the elephants were
Yeah,
the big,
that's
the
crazy.
sand people. Like they had their big
Yeah, that's so
monsters,
cool.
and they had elephants with a tarp over it.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. And that's cool to see.
Yeah,
You
that's
just
cool.
gotta hope conditions were good. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know.
what
That
I
was the
hate.
'70s. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
No cruelty to animals there. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
But yeah, then
Okay.
next the third one. Third one. I'm not gonna act like it's the greatest movie of all time
Yeah.
or anything, but it is the funnest of the prequels. It's such
Yeah.
a fun movie.
Yeah.
It's goofy.
I
It's-
felt 1 and 3 were great. Yeah, I thought. Yeah.
It's a
Awesome.
great. It's just a fun movie.
Yeah.
Get a good ending. A lot
Yeah.
of good shots. And after that, the fourth one, the classic.
That's because that's
Yeah.
the first technically.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
first one. That
Yeah.
one, it's it's a special
Yeah.
movie. Everybody loves
It
it.
is, yeah.
You could literally take that movie and that could just be the whole Star Wars series. And it's
Yeah.
like, boom, there you go. That's
Yeah,
Star Wars.
absolutely.
It's like, great. It's
Yeah.
like at the
Yeah.
end, the bad guys they get blown up and the villain gets sent off into space spinning, and that could be it. That could be Star Wars.
In fact, I think that's what they planned because I don't think there was a long history, if I recall, to like even if the second one was going to get made or something. Right? Weren't they like way over budget and like
all I remember is that like it was kind of like they were like kind of just making things up as they went a bit.
Yeah.
I know, because they did that with the new ones, which was not
Yeah.
the greatest idea.
yeah.
Because I don't think they flowed to a satisfying conclusion. But hey,
Yeah.
they satisfied a lot of people with the last one with their original trilogy, I guess, too.
Yeah,
Like,
I guess. Yeah,
like, I gotta
Yeah.
say, the best ender so far was the prequels, which is, you know, it's
Yeah.
kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Okay. So I'm glad that the prequels get a little bit of love because I feel like they get a
They're-
little. I mean, yes, Jar Jar is awful, but you know, like
Yeah.
other than that,
And like,
yeah.
you know, we're over hating Jar Jar. We're just like, come on.
Yes,
He's
yeah.
great.
Well, look at
Yeah.
him. Look
I
at
like
him.
Yeah, he's so bad. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
he's-
okay, all
I
right,
like
yeah,
him.
fair
Come on,
enough, yeah.
guys.
He's creepy.
And also, I think it makes me think about young Anakin, that poor actor. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I love the pod racing, or whatever, like in that in
You would
episode
like
1.
that game.
I played it. Yeah,
Race
like it
Race
was.
Revenge?
Oh no, the original.
in
There was
64,
was
in
it X-wing or whatever?
Oh yeah, X-wing fighter. For
Yeah,
like,
I
SNES.
love that.
Oh,
Yeah, that one I heard.
Like
that's
at the
good.
time, yeah.
And they
like,
have a
yeah.
new one now on PS4 where it's VR
that's
and you
good.
get to be
Oh,
in the
really?
cockpit.
Oh,
Yeah, I tried it out. It
of
feels
Oh,
real. Yeah,
okay,
it's
I might actually try that.
That would
Yeah.
be
Okay,
cool.
because
You
yeah,
should
like
get it.
when they go through
I
the
haven't.
through those
Of course you
those
do.
tunnels.
I could bring
and
it over,
stuff
bro.
around.
Actually,
Yeah.
that'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be neat. Yeah.
Wow.
When COVID settles
Yeah, then
down
like
for
the
a
top
while.
two, obviously
Okay.
my most controversial. I really like the eighth one. I know a lot of
Okay,
people really
okay,
hate
yeah.
that one, but I saw it and I was like, there's just something about it that was so much fun. Like
It was heavy too. Yeah, if I recall right. Like wasn't that
It literally-
the big Kylo and the I only saw these once. I
Yeah.
can't believe I
Yeah.
like haven't watched them.
And
again,
that
yeah.
eighth one's wiped from my brain. I have no.
Yeah.
the eighth
that
one's
one.
like it's the one that everybody fights over. It's like, dude, they
Okay.
make Luke. He's a grumpy guy, and he's sitting on an island.
Yeah,
he's not
he was
even
bored.
the good guy.
Yeah, he was-
he's like he's sad now, and he's like, how could Luke Skywalker? He's so hopeful. Why is he so sad? And why does he hate the Jedi now? It's like there's a lot of fanboy moment, but I just thought it was really cool how they
Yeah.
like took this character everybody loves and they brought him down to like this almost human level of
Relatable.
even our heroes can
Yeah.
actually fall too.
Well, and it was
And it's
like kind of like when those like Rambo or like it had that kind of that 80s war movie thing where it's like, oh, I got to go back and I got to fight again, even though I love my country, but you know, like
yeah, and he's
it
like,
felt like that
I don't
kind
want to
of
help
thing.
you guys. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, screw you. Why do you think I ditched? Because it gives a really good reason for
Yeah.
why he'd hide a map and not want to get found. It's like he doesn't want to be found. He wants to leave
Exactly.
alone.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I kind of remember. It was
Yeah.
Ray trying to find him. Or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, and
Okay.
then-
Oh, okay, and
I think.
Ray, hot or not?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'd
Like
say yeah.
not that it matters anyway.
I'd
to me.
say
If I'm
yeah.
gonna be that guy, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say yeah.
Yeah, because in that sort of plain way, but like but tough. But yeah, okay, all right, good.
Strong
Yeah,
and independent.
just curious. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I'd
Make it
say.
fun, but yeah,
That-
like
too
that-
white though, right?
that bath mat.
and yeah, and I gotta add another thing because there's this build up of plots, which happens in a lot of movies where you have all these plot lines converging at once. But I
Yeah.
think this movie nailed it so much because Ryan Johnson, great director, did Knives Out and like
Yeah.
Looper, a couple other movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's great, and he like did this thing where all the plot lines cross together, where it's like. Also, like, a lot of people don't like the subverting expectations, but I think this movie took exactly the opposite turn of what you thought was going to happen. And that's fun. It's like, holy crap, I don't know what's going to
Yeah.
happen anymore. And, like,
That,
you
to
get-
me, that's what makes a good movie.
yeah, and, like,
for
you,
me.
you take it all and it all mixes together. Like, at
Yeah.
the same time, you got these two guys fighting over a lightsaber. And you're like, who's going to get it? Then you got these other
Yeah.
characters prepared to ram through the bad guy's ship.
Yeah.
And then these other characters are trying to heist into it. And they're getting caught by all the villains about to get executed. And at the same time, everything explodes.
Yeah,
And, like, the main villain of the entire series is killed halfway through the movie. And you're like, what?
yeah.
The bad guy's dead? What's going
Yeah.
on? Like,
What
it's
happened?
crazy.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah. Okay, good, awesome. Because I do need to watch 7, 8, 9 again in order. And actually, I liked Rogue One. Yeah,
was
but
okay.
I
Mandalorian.
I think
I
the
didn't
third
buy
act,
it.
third act saved Rogue One. It was so cool.
okay. Oh
With
yeah,
that whole
right. Yeah,
ending part, yeah.
yeah,
That
yeah.
was
That's
dope.
true. Yeah, I was getting a little draggy. And then
Mando, you and
Oh yeah, Mando.
So
Yeah,
it's supposed to be
Mando's
great,
cool.
yeah, like,
Mando's
and I
good.
heard it was a good show, just as an average.
Yeah,
viewer.
it was.
Yeah.
Not a
I think
fan.
nobody can watch. Like, you don't have to watch a single Star Wars movie to enjoy that. And plus, if you like Bill
Okay.
Burr, he's in it.
I
Like,
love.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like one of
Yeah.
the best characters too, and he's like
What a
only in like 2
savage.
episodes, and he's the best.
Star
Did you see him
Wars,
in
Breaking Bad.
King of Staten Island?
I haven't seen that,
No.
buddy.
So funny.
Yeah, he's like a firefighter. Or something.
Yeah, he plays like his new stepdad or whatever. Yeah,
Oh, that's
I heard
yeah.
it's good, but yeah.
Well, he basically just plays Bill Burr, but it's great. Yeah.
Legend.
that's
Yeah.
dope. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah.
But yeah.
So no connection to Gorillaz with that, of course. But
Yeah, just
How did
for
we even
fun.
get to
I'm.
Gorillaz?
But yeah, there's one more.
Exactly. How did
I
we get to
forgot.
Gorillaz? Yeah. Sorry.
So
But
yeah, the top is Empire.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah, I
love
figured.
Empire.
Yeah. Good.
It's like, it's
Good, yeah,
Empire.
good.
Like,
Yeah. So
not
yeah.
much to add.
Okay. Yeah. So okay. Good. Awesome.
Has-
So you've really looked at them from like individual pieces too, as
Mm-hmm.
part of the bigger thing. So I think I'm definitely coming at my 6 out of 6 rating as more of the like how I felt or how I still feel if
when
I've
you
seen them
watched
again. Yeah. But I did watch 1, 2, and 3 twice.
Because you and I watched them in the condo.
We did, on
I would've been,
VHS too.
8, maybe.
Or maybe
probably
DVD.
younger. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so I don't remember them. But
Yeah.
I remember.
Well, yeah, you were little. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, we went through them, and yeah.
And then when 7 and 8 and 9 came out, we went to that theater.
Yeah, we did
And
downtown.
that was cool,
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
an event. I cried on number 7.
That's
Honestly,
cool,
I'm
yeah.
just such a wuss because it honestly. Well, again, it's that to bring it back, like the music, right? Like, and seeing the scroll, like
Everybody was clapping.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's the one white person time. That's okay.
Yeah.
Clapping at the end of
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Yeah,
That-
yeah.
that's
Or
just-
there was
or in
clapping.
or in an Endgame, I guess a Marvel movie.
Oh, I
too.
guess.
all right,
That's
fair
true,
enough.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that in the theaters?
No,
No.
I didn't
Because
watch
yeah,
it. I
it was
remember when it
because
came
it's
out.
crazy because like obviously I think Star Wars is bigger than Marvel, but
Yeah.
nowadays I guess you can argue Marvel's bigger than Star
yeah.
Wars for their different
It's hard
types.
to
'cause
say.
Yeah.
guess,
I think when
yeah.
7 came out, it was Star Wars. Oh, who cares about Marvel? But now it's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's Endgame, and like
yeah.
when that movie came out, it's like. It's weird because you go to this movie and you're like, oh, this is the ending to all these movies that a lot of people like.
Yeah.
And then everybody in the theater is like really passionate about
That's
the movies.
true, yeah.
And then like I'm sitting in the theater during the climax of the movie and this one guy's like, oh my God. And he's just beside me and like I'm not even bothered because everybody else in that theater is also like doing
That's
that.
funny,
like,
yeah.
don't do this no. And like everybody's
Yeah.
like cheering to like
Everyone's like,
every
That would be
scene.
awesome.
Like, yeah,
Jeez.
guy gets like a weapon, then everybody's like, yeah. And it's like, right?
Wow.
Did you see it
cool.
like opening? Or?
Yeah, opening day and like
Wow.
Nice.
crowd goes crazy at like each of the pivotal moments. Everybody's cheering, and you're just like, yeah.
That's
Same
cool.
with like new Tarantino movie as well. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, everybody was cheering at the end too.
Interesting. Yeah.
Such a cool.
Who did the
such a cool thing.
soundtrack for that one?
Well, I actually don't even know. I tapped out on that movie. Yeah.
Because I have that one saved.
I forget
Yeah.
the guy's name, but I know the guy who does the soundtrack for like the newer Tarantino says, "I'm never gonna work with him again,"
Yeah.
and works
Really?
with him again, then says the
Yeah,
same thing,
of
then does
course.
it again.
Oh, Quentin is probably a mad genius.
He's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
He's
fucking love his
he's the
movies.
Kanye West.
Yeah.
Well,
I-
Kanye West
yeah,
is to
Andy
music,
Warhol
but he's
of-
to
I could
movie.
totally
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah.
I could totally see that.
No, he
Yeah,
he does
Tarantino's cool.
regurgitate stuff too, which is really the what do you call it crap. There's a term for it, like for the kitschy sort of stuff like that 70s film style that he was stealing or using
Like a rehash?
yeah, but like it was a style like obviously Grindhouse is the horror stuff, but like the
Yeah, because I know he did.
can't remember his name.
He was in Grindhouse for half that movie too.
yeah yeah
He was Death Proof or whatever.
Catches
Right?
it, yeah.
I just call it Pulp because
Yeah.
he's Pulp Fiction. I just call him Pulpy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, for
he's
sure.
dope and ultra violent too, which that's funky.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. That was kind of the fun part at the time. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
'cause-
funny because you guys witnessed them in your own generation, right? Like, so for me, this stuff was all new. So when it happened to, and there was more of a monoculture, right? So
Well, I confuse Tarantino with, and I don't know if their films are at all similar, but Edgar Wright, just because when you started
Yeah,
to
yeah.
explore film more
Those
in
are like
junior
the two.
high, you explored Edgar Wright, so like the Cornetto trilogy, and then
Oh yeah,
Tarantino.
great guy.
And I have no idea if their movies.
Yeah,
are
no, I
similar at
remember
all,
just
but-
being like, "Oh, dude, Edgar Wright," because Edgar Wright,
Yeah.
one of a kind in editing, and like
Oh,
he's
okay.
got a new
Very
movie
cool
coming out too,
films.
Last Night in Soho, which looks
Yeah,
sick.
you told me
If you've
about
seen that,
that.
yeah, it looks great. It's like his first horror movie because I know he's like Tarantino with that as well, where he's like, I
Was
really
that
want
the
to make a
trailer
horror
we
movie.
watched?
No, that was M Night Shyamalan's new movie.
Oh, that and that
M.
looks
Night,
like
yeah.
trash.
I
That's the
feel
one,
so
right?
sad.
what
like,
the twist?
Yeah,
Sorry.
I love Shyamalan. That's the thing. It's
Yeah.
like I love Unbreakable. I love The Sixth Sense, and Science
you
is
watch the
okay. But then
trailer?
everything he makes after that's such a disappointment.
I've never watched an M. Night movie. I know he's got something there. It's again probably similar to the Gorillaz. If it was
Yeah.
popular in the 2000s, I missed it. I know Saw was supposed to be just marvelous, and then I heard that
Oh, he
That's
did
that's what's his name? Oh my god.
isn't that M. Night Shyamalan?
Oh
Did he do
no,
it?
that's oh my god. I can't remember his name for the life of me. Hold up. Good thing I have Letterboxd, that
Oh,
app
yeah.
that all the
True.
cool people
Yeah.
use.
I
Yeah,
like
click the link
Yeah,
below
for-
for
yeah.
more
Yeah.
Letterboxd.
Yeah, the sponsorship.
sponsor.
Yeah. Okay, what's his name?
Well, here.
Because I feel stupid. Yeah, James Wan. Yeah.
Oh,
James
geez.
Wan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because he.
Well, what was M. Night's first big movie then?
it was Sixth Sense, I think.
Okay. Yeah. No.
that was his-
After that, like, wasn't there like a kind of a horror-ish one? Like a.
He did
I thought he did like a really heavy like.
No idea.
because Sixth Sense was kind of horror, but it wasn't super.
Yeah,
horror, but
that was yeah.
Then he did Unbreakable, which was
Okay.
his more of a superhero movie, and then after that he did Signs, which was
Oh, Signs is probably what I'm thinking of. Yeah,
'Cause that was
Saw
more of
and
his-
Sign- Yeah, I think that. Yeah.
Maybe,
Okay. Yeah, they're close in letters.
yeah.
How does this have? What does this have to
I
do with
don't- I
Gorillaz?
actually don't remember how
The
we got this
Gorillas
far
at
with-
some point probably one of them watched
I
one of
bet,
the movies.
I bet they watched one of
Yeah.
these movies we talked about, and they
Yeah.
and they
That's
have
true,
an
actually.
opinion. So.
Connection.
That'd be
Yeah.
the good thumbnail. What does Star Wars have to do with gorillas?
So, being that we have a guest on this episode, I have not been able to find a thread back to Springsteen. So I am sorry.
Oh,
but-
that's true.
Yeah. So
Oh,
this is the
that's
first
funny.
episode where there's
Oh
nothing
my
that
God.
we've talked about that has any connection to Springsteen at all.
Wow.
So
Congratulations.
other
man.
than
That's,
so yeah, if I need to bring it in, his work in movies in the 90s was a big deal for me. I know he was a little bit hokey, but Streets of Philadelphia, the song from the
Oh, we
movie
talked about that
Philadelphia,
last
yeah,
time, I think.
and he did the movie Secret Garden for Jerry Maguire. So he also did a song called "Lift Me Up" for the Limbo soundtrack, like for the movie Limbo. But I don't even know if it came out till later. Yeah, so bit of soundtrack work, but not a lot.
Oh, that's an epic
But yeah,
feat.
so I managed to
Every-
drive it in there because we talked
Yeah,
movies. Yeah,
Every episode there's been a connection to Bruce Springsteen.
there has to be.
so-
Yeah, well, because
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bruce's life, right? So
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh yeah, totally like, yeah, totally funky band. The Gorillas, yeah,
yeah,
'cause-
Gorillaz, yeah,
And Demon Days, accessible to everyone.
yeah.
But yeah,
Demon Days is the one. Like
yeah,
they're
I'm
all
pretty
good,
sure you
but
can
that's
watch it all on YouTube, and especially YouTube's a great place, honestly, just to watch it because they have the music videos up, and that's
Yeah.
like such a huge part of it. It's
I
tons
guess
of
if you
fun.
got time to kill, then
Yeah, no, I'm
Just do
I'm
it.
definitely gonna dig
Oh,
in because I was digging the funkiness of it. It did remind me of Beck a little bit, although Beck was like really quirky. Like when
Yeah, actually, if you wanna, I don't know if you can pull it up, but you could check out his like pagan, Value the Pagan song.
okay,
later
yeah,
on, 'cause, yeah, he's
I'll
we can
totally
put it in the
funkadelic.
playlist.
I'll check that, and maybe I'll add that to the playlist. Awesome,
Yeah.
right on. Okay, well let's shut her down. We almost did an hour, guys. So
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
Cool.
yeah. So comment, subscribe, like, share. My name is KARAC HENDRIKS. This road is mine. Watching us on YouTube, listen to us on Spotify. We also always have the Spotify playlist, just so you know. You can.
Also,
On my website, yeah.
You did the merch.
You are repping
Yes,
merch. Yeah,
I
maybe
did
maybe
make
turn
that.
around, take your earpiece out.
shit,
Yeah,
sorry.
that's all right. Yeah, and so we've got a collab here
Yeah.
with Cosmic Ink. That's Ethan's company. We do have a collab here, so if you can see that picture, that is my logo that has been effed with, and I love it.
Oh, yeah,
and
it's
good job
neat.
on that.
Yeah, it was
bud.
really
Yeah,
cool.
thank you.
And hopefully we have many other collabs. I also, a guy that I know draws art very similar to that. He and I have actually been talking about doing a bit of a comic book series around This Road Is Mine. It still hasn't happened yet, but we were just messaging a couple weeks ago on Instagram. He posted some new artwork, and
That'd be
it's just
cool.
great stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna try and get some
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, because I envision like a second person storyline where like explaining like where you're telling someone else's story about, and basically like music is your weapon, right? Like the guitar is your sword. So
Your
Oh,
lightsaber.
see, I love
Yeah.
that stuff. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
yeah,
great,
I'm totally gonna go for it, because I've got a Thundercats tattoo
Yeah.
and Umbrella Monkey, so that's
I don't even know what
I'm a
decade that
mess.
is.
Yeah, well, Umbrella Monkeys is like an old toy, like
They're cool though.
yeah.
I
I
like
remember,
them.
I remember
hard,
going
too.
like one
Yeah.
not that long ago, and I just like sat at my table for like an hour, just like
They're cool.
picking them up.
Yeah, it was easier to do on rug, right? But yeah, the trick is like you get more every time you try and do. You can't get as much leverage, right? So
Right.
yeah,
Gotta like swing with it almost.
Yeah,
become
exactly.
become the
yeah, you have to
monkeys.
be one with
Yeah.
the monkeys.
Our ancestors. Yeah.
Don't get racial.
Yo, careful, boys. Yeah, that's why they're red. All right, okay. Yeah, I don't know. They were always red. And mine, I don't have them anymore. But I had a yellow barrel.
I played with them at grandma's.
They,
That's where
yeah.
I knew them from.
I wonder if I still. Maybe she probably sent them back here.
Probably.
Yeah,
Or
unless she
she
doesn't.
might have them.
Yeah,
She's got a bunch of like yours and Taylor's toys.
got a lot of my old stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, go through that.
One final note. You guys wear Silverhawks at all? Have we talked about Silverhawks?
Oh,
That was a really rare.
Yeah, you like that's like a Teletoon retro. Not even.
Oh, very very retro. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was a mid '80s cartoon, and it was Japanese as well. So but Thundercats was like way more popular. But it also came out around time. But there was this one character, I don't even remember his name, but he had a guitar. Like he was like
that's
space
cool.
cowboy kind of guy,
That's cool.
and his guitar like also had like wings that came out, so he could like put it on his back and fly.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
So and
Almost
I
like
still have that one
That's dope.
somewhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Man, animation's great. Just gotta throw it up.
Absolutely.
Everything
Whole
from there.
anime episode.
Yeah, and dude, bringing up anime, bro. They got Akira, which was probably like
I
the
really
first
wanna watch
big
that.
thing that was brought across the seas, as it were, to
Okay.
America.
Yeah.
I think Spielberg produced it,
Yeah.
That looks
and
really
like
good.
that's one of the reasons
That's
why
old, too,
kind of
right?
build. Yeah, and it's
And
it's
then
one
you
of the
saw it in theaters.
yeah, and
'cause
it's one of the best animated films I've ever seen. Like, cause it's all because that was at the point of cell animation, which is really crazy. And it's like they paint them all, they draw them out, they paint them.
Yeah.
And then like they had it all done. And it's like fluid, and it's like some of the most intricate animation you'll ever see. It's crazy.
crazy.
Amazing.
Cool movie, yeah.
Okay, guys, we could go on, but
Yeah.
I got to
Next
cut this
time.
off. Yeah. All right. So till next time, thanks for listening or watching or whatever you're doing, and yeah, comment, subscribe, like, share, and also check out the Gorillaz. Yeah, I think if you haven't,
And
already.
you have social media for Cosmic Ink.
Yeah, is there some
Oh,
Cosmic
yeah,
Ink?
just,
What are we
you
gonna
do that.
promote here?
I think it's like just at Cosmic Ink on Instagram, and then
right.
CI Clothing on Twitter.
See,
if you want to check it out.
All right,
Be
cool,
careful on
good
Twitter.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
Don't go on Twitter. You'll get.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's dangerous. Yeah. Okay, peace.